Okay, I am live. Okay, just going to wait for a few people to come in and then I'll get started. All right. Okay. Okay, so hi Gina. This is totally new to me. The embroidery. I shouldn't say totally because I probably did it like in my early 20s, but that's like a really long time ago. So I've pretty much forgotten anything I might have learned at the time. So this isn't really a demo today. It's more of a talk, kind of a discussion of uh, different embroidery type things. I'm not familiar with a lot of stuff in this world, but it's another rabbit hole that I have been led down into by my good buddy Mary Johnson. I blame her. And uh, she's been doing a lot of embroidery when we have our Friday get togethers. And I have been admiring her work for a while. And I thought, this is a nice project to take somewhere, if you're visiting or on vacation or just sitting around in the evening and you want to work with your hands, but you don't want to lug a bunch of stuff. So this is kind of a fun and relaxing uh, craft to get into. Hi, Mary. Hi, Carol. Um, there's so much I don't know yet. So I am in no position to teach anybody anything in this regard, only kind of go over with you a few things that I have found out since I've been investigating this. And there's just so much more to know. So if you know stuff that I don't know and you want to chime in and give me some suggestions, I'd appreciate it because, we're all here to learn stuff. And, I certainly don't know everything and there's always more to learn. So if you guys have suggestions, like needle types are tricky for me. I'm not really, sure which needles I should be using. I started off with a kit. I purchased a kit off of Amazon, and it's got sampler patterns in there, and it came with uh, embroidery threads and the instructions on how many threads you use um, per design. And I'll show that to you in a second. It's the one I've been posting on my page. Uh, and I'll have a link to this stuff if it's anything that you're interested in. But I thought starting with a little sampler would be kind of good to learn the different stitches. And there are, in this particular kit that I bought, there are 4 different uh, patterns that came with it. And this is the first one, and I'm almost done with it. I know it's backwards. Um, I'm almost done with it, but it gives you a variety of stitches that you can learn. It tells you on the directions that it comes with how many strands you use per design. Um, and then on the reverse side, it does show you some of the how to do the stitches. Now there's 4 different ones in this kit that I bought. This was number 1, and each one is different, and they all have their own page. This is, I don't know which one this is. Oh, this is number 3. They're numbered at the top, and they have different patterns on there. And each one of them comes with their sheet, their individual sheet, to tell you how many strands and also more of the stitch directions on the back. So I find this a good kit for a beginner. Um, the only thing I can say is that you're switching threads a lot because there's so many different patterns and they're so small. So you're switching threads a lot, but maybe that's normal. I don't know. So, anyway, I thought that that was kind of an interesting one to do. I am nearly done with this one. I just have the wording. I have a few uh, words. Well, I think I just have the two words here to finish stitching, and then the numbers, which are quite small. So that's a little bit of a challenge for me, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So let's see here. Hi, Mary. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, so, I just thought I would kind of, you know, play around with this. I think it's good, it's relaxing. Um, and I think you could change your colors around if you didn't like the ones that they tell you to do. But I'm kind of playing by the rules on this one because I'm hoping to learn the right way. So anyway, like I said, my friend Mary is doing a lot of this, and she's an artist. She draws, she paints, she does a lot of really cool stuff, and she makes her own patterns, which is totally doable if you can draw or trace, I suppose. And I think you need like a special pen, a marking pen to work on the fabric. Um, I don't know what kind of fabric this is, uh, but in the kit they send you everything that you need, except I don't think I got a needle in this kit, but I can't remember. So I did order another kit that I wanted to have a uh, bigger project than just little tiny things. Um, so I just got this one in the mail yesterday, and I'm going to open this up with you guys, and we can take a look at this. This has got, I believe it's 3 different patterns in here. This I also got on Amazon. And like I said earlier, I'll put links just in case you're interested. But you know what? I have found since I started dabbling with the embroidery, I have found a gazillion different uh, people that are doing this, and they're having, or they have small businesses doing the embroidery stuff, and there's some awesome stuff out there and some awesome individualized kits and courses that you could take if you wanted to do that. I had thought I would just start off with a little sampler kit, see if I liked it, and then move on. But there is one company called Clever Carrot that has been coming on my feed all the time with advertisements, and I'm just amazed by some of the patterns that they have. Those are more expensive, and it's an actual course that you could take, and they've got videos. And I may go in for one of those just so I can see if I'm learning the right way, or to nip any bad habits that I might be already doing before they get too bad. So let me see here. Um, Hi, Wendy. Hi, Mary Caldwell. Um, yes, they do sell iron-on embroidery patterns. I actually started my first purchase with one of those, and I haven't done anything with it yet. Dig in my little box of goodies here. This was the first thing. They are, I guess they're this. I haven't done anything yet with it. I haven't even taken them out of the package, but I believe they're like an adhesive backing. You cut these designs out, and you can put them like on a shirt, a t-shirt or blouse or pair of pants or wherever you want to put them. And you embroider over these designs, and then when you're done, you wet them and this backing comes off. So, but I haven't even I haven't even ventured there yet. So, um, but that seems like there'd be a lot of really neat possibilities. You could do pillowcases. I don't know if anybody does that stuff anymore. This is stuff that when I was a little kid, my mom had all kinds of embroidered objects, little table linens and pillowcases. Most of it, I think, was cross stitch. But there's just so much out there. If you start to look, you'll be amazed how much stuff you find. I know I was. So, yeah, Mary, that's exactly what this is the iron-on ones. Well, I can't say that. I think they're iron-on. So I haven't delved that far into it. So anyway, this is the kit that I just got. I'm gonna turn the camera down here. And this is Embroidery Do-It-Yourself Art Kit. And that's another one I got on Amazon. So haven't even opened it yet, but I'll see what's in here. I just thought this particular pattern was really pretty, and I'm anxious to try this one. I want to finish this other sampler, but I think I'm going to go right to this from here, and I just think that that is really pretty. And they've got some instructions on the back, and let's see what else is in here. This is a plastic hoop. I don't know much about hoops yet either. All that I know is these wooden ones. This this came with the other kit. These have these little knurled screws on the end, and I find these very frustrating. I don't know if it's just my arthritis or what, but sometimes they're a little hard to move, but that could just be operator error. Okay, so I see this one is a plastic one. I don't know if there's any advantage to this or not at this point in time. Let's see here. This one looks like it's on a little track inside here. Looks like it's got a little groove. I haven't seen one like this, but there again, I haven't seen that many embroidery hoops. So, okay, so that's the one that's in this particular kit. It's got a little pair of scissors, which are probably not terrific, but that's usually how kit things are. You get a bunch of stuff, but none of it is always very good. And then a little needle threader. So that's that. I was hoping. Oh, and here's the second pattern in this kit that I bought, which I think is awfully pretty also. And then this one I like on this red fabric, kind of reddish orange fabric on the back. I think this is real pretty too. So I think I'm going to start with this one like I had originally, because that one really caught my eye. But I'm going to open this one up. Put these to the side. And let me tell you, there are a ton of YouTube videos out there as well that you can learn a bunch of stuff. And like I said, I'm just beginning with this, so I haven't really seen that much yet. Oh, look at this. This is interesting. It's got all the threads on this card, and it's got 3 needles in here, but it doesn't really tell me what needles they are. And that's what I really want to know, is what size needles are preferred, because the ones I have a kit or a package of needles that I had bought that said that they were for embroidery, but they felt thick to me. They do have the large eye, which is necessary, but they feel kind of thick. And they are pointed, so that's good. You need a pointed needle. That much I know, because some of them are a little more dull. But this card is interesting because one of these came This one came with that original kit that I was just showing you with the samplers. And I wasn't really sure what to do with this. Um, so because I've got my threads on something else, which I'll show you that. But you know, when you have to split up the number of threads on the skein, there are 6 threads on each. There you go. When you get a package of embroidery floss, I have too many things out here. Oh, here it is. When you get a package of embroidery floss, there are 6 strands on each on the thread. All right, this pulls out and it's like there's 6 little skinny threads on here. And according to these designs, sometimes you need 1 thread, sometimes you need 2, 3, 4, 5. It tells you what you need. So after I've split them, it's like I don't know what to do with those ones that I've taken off of the skein. So I put them on this. Now, I don't know if it's just solely intended to have the whole full skein on here, like this is showing, or not, but I don't know that it really makes a big difference. So I'm just doing this right now to kind of keep track of the extra threads that I could maybe use along in the project. So that's that. All right, so that's what we got in this kit. We got 3 needles, all the floss for that project. I'm assuming each package has the same deal. And then here's the design on there. So I think I'm going to have fun with this one because I don't know. I hate starting and stopping threads all the time, but maybe that's just part of the deal. All right, so that was this kit. I could just see this getting into a big tangled mess, but that's just me. So, all right. So other than putting your threads on that card, what my friend Mary did or does is she has all her threads organized in a plastic box. And there's this little, I don't know, floss threader that you put on cards. You put these, you take your, I'll do one for you to see what I'm talking about if you're not familiar. To transfer this to this, if you left it like this, you're going to get a whole bunch of knots at some point or get it all tangled up. So you normally take the thread off of this thing, okay? And I put them on here like my friend Mary did. And I'll show you how to do that. And then I lined them up. I got a little bit compulsive, as usual, and bought a ton of colors and put them all in the box. They sell boxes with these little card holders or thread holders, floss holders, and you get this little nifty little winder, thread winder tool that comes with it, which I'll show you how that works. All right, so this thing is, it's a nifty little tool, and it's got a little peg inside here that you take off the peg. I'm going to mount this just right on my box, just in the slots. I'm going to put these slots right on the edge of this box here. And then you put the little plastic card in with the hole facing the hole that's in here. You do that like this. Okay, so then you've got the hole showing there, and then you put that little peg to keep the card in place. Okay, so the little peg is in there. You just push it in and then you pop it out when you're done. All right, so now I'm going to put that back on my box here, and I'm going to use now the other thing. I'm going to back up here just a second. When you get the floss from some of these places, I don't know what brand of floss this is, and I was told that the DMC floss that you can get at the craft stores around Joann Fabrics and Michaels and places like that is uh, a superior floss. So I like to stick with that if I can, but I'm also going to use the floss that's in my kits. So, um, Gail, I got this at Joann Fabrics. So, or I could be lying. I could be wrong. Not lying, but wrong. It may have come in that kit. I would have to look that up again on Amazon and see if it came in my kit. But I do know that they sell those at Joann Fabrics in the embroidery aisle. You know, they have those little tools. And I think they even have a larger one, but this one is sufficient. So um, I'd like to say, you know, with authority where I got it, but I can't. So that's just, you know, that's how it is. All right, so let's get back in here. So when you take this off, oh, before I go any farther with that, also with that kit, that first kit that I got, the sampler, it came, you know what, this little gizmo probably did come with that kit because it also, I'm going to, you know, retrace my steps after this demo's over, but I'm going to find out exactly what came in that kit. But also with this little doohickey, there's a sheet of little stick-on numbers because all of the floss has a color number on here. It doesn't have a color name, it just goes by a number. So when you get your floss and you wind it on this card, then you just pull the appropriate number that's on your uh, floss and you put it on there, and then that way you know um, that you've got that color. And, you know, I got kind of crazy when I was buying these. So I made myself a spreadsheet of the ones that I had so that when I went to the store, I wouldn't buy duplicates. And that really wasn't difficult to do, but I wasn't completely accurate either. So I did come home with a few doubles. This is actually a double, so I don't have this number any longer, but I'm going to keep it anyway because when I run out of it, I can just replace this or take off the number from the other card and put it on here. Or I can just mark the card with a Sharpie. That's actually probably the smarter thing to do. So if you organize properly, you'll have all your little flosses on these little cards with the number. And then if you're running low or whatever, then you can uh, reorder or pick up, you know, the numbers that you need. Okay, so that's that. So when you take this little thing off, the little paper on here, open your embroidery floss carefully so that way it's open like this. You've got it even, you know, it's all in a round like that. And then it's going to have two ends sticking out. And sometimes I get lucky and pick the right end, which would be this one, I believe. And I'm just going to put this in my hand, okay, so it doesn't get all over everything. And I may need to reposition my thing. Here's the, can I do this that you can see it? Maybe that's it. So I'm going to start by putting this thread in the little groove at the end to get started, and then just twirl it around. And I just let out a little bit at a time. It's really a nifty little thing. I had my grandson was over last week, and he just got a big kick out of doing this, and I was glad because that saved me a little bit of time. But it just winds these things on here very quickly. You don't want to go crazy so you don't get knots or get it tangled up, I should say. You could probably put this loop of floss over something else to hold it, but I still need to let a little bit of it out, a little bit at a time. But they sell these little cards and all kinds of, also the adhesive numbers uh, at Joann's. I know for a fact they have them there because I've seen them there. And you don't necessarily have to get everything online. You can find stuff in the craft stores. And that's it. All right, so now I'm going to pop out that little peg and pull my card out. Just kind of put this extra around here. And then since I already had this number used in my kit, I'm just going to write, this was 553. So I'm just going to put 553 on here with a Sharpie. And I can add that to my pile of threads. So that's kind of a neat little gizmo that you can go through these threads real quickly and organize them. I just can't help but think that this particular thing is going to get to be a tangled mess at some point. I could be wrong, but just from the look of it, that kind of makes me think that that is a possibility. But I think it'd still be great for those extra strands. Now, I have found numerous people on YouTube that have great tutorials. I'm going to put links so that you can find them easily. Although all you have to do in YouTube is type in embroidery tutorials or videos or just embroidery, and a bunch of them come up. So, you can decide which ones you want to look at or not. But I'm going to post the ones that I found were real helpful. And there is a woman, I believe she's in the UK. Her name is Sarah Humphrey. She's got, I mean, she's like the queen of embroidery in my world. She really is good. Um, she's got all kinds of great videos. She goes into great detail on everything. She does go over all the basics. You might really enjoy watching her and learn something. But like I said, I'm too early in the game to really have gained that much information in this brain. But I'm planning on watching a lot of her videos. There's also several that show you like 20 basic steps or stitches or 50 most important stitches, that sort of thing. And some of them, I'd say most of them are fine, but some of them are better done than others. Some of them are You get a better view. They go a little slower. I know I was having a lot of trouble with the French knot stitch, and I just wasn't getting the gist of it. You know, I watched a couple of people and was like, what did they do? And then I found one who was just my, um, I don't know, my mode of learning. You know, that she just did it the right way. That it just went, oh, that's how you do it. And so you might find different videos do, you know, more for you than others. Um, oh, let's see. I'm looking at my messages here. Yeah, Gail, I'm sure you'll find those. At least I know at Joanne's. Tammy says, down, down, down we go through another rabbit hole. You're right. You're right. It just never seems to end. But you know, I since I've been interested in this, um, there's a lot of younger people that are really into embroidery and do some fantastic stuff. And it's so nice to see some of these things that were done many, many, many years ago are back in fashion again, back in style to want to do. I mean, there was a long craze again with the knitting and stuff that people hadn't done for. I mean, maybe some people did them, but it didn't. Although there you go again with social media, you see more people doing things that maybe they've been doing all along, but there was really no way for you to see that. So I think all of this stuff is great, you know, that you're able to have access to this. I think it's great that people put these YouTube videos out there showing the stitches, uh, helping people out to really get it. Let's see here. So, so yes, Tammy, I think there'll always be a rabbit hole of some sort that I'll be going down. Tammy says, my mother in law is 93 years old and makes some phenomenal embroidery. I sure wish I could share her work, but she isn't online. Yeah, that's the sad part about that. However, if you visit or whatever and you can take some photos, you can always post them. Uh, okay. Embroidery floss is awesome to use in needle punch too. Needle punch. Oh my God. Another thing? Gail. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. There's just a ton of stuff. Um, so I don't know what else I can tell you because I'm not going to show you stitches because first of all, my cell phone doesn't get close enough for you to really see what I'm doing. Secondly, I'm not that proficient at it yet. And thirdly, there's people that really know what they're doing and they've got the camera equipment and you can see the stitches. And I won't teach you any of my bad habits because believe me, I always do. Hey, Bev. I I always create some bad habits and I hate to pass those on, but you know, it happens. So, hi Donna. Yeah, so you know, this is kind of just a short and sweet thing. Oh, one other thing. Um, and I'm also keeping these numbers in a plastic bag because inevitably they would come off and attach to something else. So I just keep them in a little Ziploc, put that to the side. Well, I have to open up one of these other kits to see if you get all the same stuff in them because that would be a really good deal for the money. Uh, Mary also gave me one of these little finger things. I haven't tried that yet. So that might be helpful. I was having trouble with the French knots pushing through the fabric. And that's why I wasn't sure if I was actually using the correct needles or not. Um, so that is something I still need to learn. So let's see what's in here. Turn this down. I want to say this kit was around $20. Oh, look at that fabric. That is pretty. And yeah, you get all the threads and 3 more needles in here. So I'll put a link to it. For the money, that is a great, great deal because you get all your threads for 3 projects and the hoop. Well, let's open the third one. Why not? That's this one here. The key will be to not mess this stuff up. Look how pretty that is. That was so pretty. Yep, here we go again. 3 more needles and the floss. A lot of French knots in here, I can see. I should be a pro by the time I'm done with these. And it's got the stitches, all the instructions on there too. So that's all good. For the money, that's well worth it. I think one of those other kits or one like from Clever Poppy, that's the first one that comes to my mind, but there's a bunch of them that have, you buy the kit and you buy the course, and it's more expensive, but you get walked through it all too. So, that's got its merit too. So, Tammy says, I've seen some video shorts where people take clothes that have little holes in them and then embroider. Yes, 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 yes. I have seen that, and that's very clever and very cool. So you take a tragedy and make a triumph out of it. So Donna says the last time I ever did hand needlework was when I was in Girl Scouts, probably 1966, to earn my badge. I still have the item in my memory box. Today I'm hooked on machine embroidery. That's another thing. I don't know about the machine embroidery, Donna. All power to you. That seems, I could be wrong, but it seems like it would be a huge learning curve to learn the machine and all the settings and all the other stuff. But, that's awesome if you could do it. I'm going to be real happy if I can just do it with a needle and thread and see what happens. But who knows if I will, you know, uh, really love it so much that I can't give it up and become really good at it, or if it's just a passing phase. I never know with me. Sometimes I'm just like that. It's new. I got to try it, and then after a while, it's like, and then I move on to the other thing. That's how I know I have ADD because I'm just all over the place. So anyway, I think that's going to do it for today. I will list all the links that I had mentioned, the places that you can uh, get some of the tutorials at that I've discovered so far. No, no, there's more. This is what I forgot about before. I bought a stand. I've yet to use it, although in fairness, I only got it Saturday. No, it came from Amazon on Sunday, and I was out of town, so I didn't really mess around with it. This is a little stationary stand that I haven't really learned how to use yet, but it's very simple to put together. This is if you want to work hands free, which I haven't done yet, but I really want to do that because sometimes you just need both hands, and this will allow me to do it. There's several different types of these things. There's the wooden ones, then there are metal ones that have like a big arm, and they retract, and you clamp that to your table. That's actually what I use for holding my cell phone while I'm doing these demos. But mine only holds the cell phone. They have kinds that have the clamp that hold the hoop. That's what my friend Mary has, and she likes it. She's very happy with it. I watched another video, somebody on Instagram who had one of these, and she mounted it on her work table, but she had like a little ledge under her table. I don't know, like another little table under there that it was clamped to. So it was just the right height for her. But this particular one has this paddle on it, which I guess you're supposed to sit on it, like put your one thigh on it. You can put it on a chair, and then that way, excuse me, that way it's stable. It's not going anywhere because you're sitting on it, and it can be the right height for you. This thing turns around. You can lift. There's a little screw here. You can lift it higher if you need it to be. It only comes down that far. It can't go lower, but it can go higher. You can turn it. Your hoop fits inside. Let's see. It's got a really long screw on it. Okay, so your hoop will fit inside here, and it's got a groove in there, so that's where that screw is from, that's on your hoop, and you place that in that little recess there. And then I'm going to make an easy thing look hard. And then screw your doohickey on there. That's a long screw. Okay. Okay. So that holds this stable. You can turn it to however you want. Can't give you a review on it because I haven't used it yet, but it looks simple enough. So that's that. Actually, I have it backwards because if you're going to sit on it, you put your leg over it and hold on to it. So kind of cool. So I have yet to play with this one yet. So, oh, and there are things that you can print as well. There are websites, which I'll list on here too, that tell you about different stitches and things like that. So there's tons and tons of free resources out there that give you, it's upside down, that give you great information on how to be successful. So, all right. Yeah, you're right, Mary. Just like we need another hobby. But sometimes it depends what you do. Like I work with metal a lot. I've kind of slowed down on that a little bit because I tend to go from one thing to another, and then I go back and revisit the other thing. And I'm kind of going through like needlework, a needlework phase right now. And I'm sure that will, uh, run its course as well. But I'll have gained the knowledge and I can pick it up again when I want to. I know I bought some fabric to make pillowcases. I don't need any pillowcases, but I like to sleep on fun fabric pillowcases. And when my grandson and I were at Joann's last week. Um, I went for something else, but I saw I saw this fabric with turkeys, and I thought that would make a fun pillow, and then this would be the edging around the top of the pillow case. So I thought that would be kind of cute. Um, but yeah, I have a lot of different things, and so I'll go through this phase for a little while, and then I'll put it in a box, and then I'll go back to it maybe in another year or two. Who knows? It's not going to go to waste. So, all right. Donna says, I can almost picture you sitting in your cozy living room working on your embroidery with it in its stand. Soft music playing in the background, and you're looking demure as you make your French knots. Demure is not me. But thank you. That's cute. Anyway. All right, girls and guys, whoever who's out there, my friends, I'll let you go. You can go on with your day. And I'm going to play around with this stand and see how it works for me. I will see you next time. I do have a bracelet that I'm going to do next time, but it's needle and thread, and it's crystals, 4 millimeter crystals, that I'm going to do in 2 weeks. It's something else I'm working on. That my friend Mary, she came up with the pattern, and I'm still working on that one, but it's really pretty. It's sparkly. If you like a little bling, and it's a pretty simple pattern, we'll be doing that in 2 weeks. So see you guys later. I always enjoy when you're here with me and letting me enable you into yet another fun craft. See you guys. Bye bye.